All right, what is going on, everybody? We have reached the end of the season. There's about maybe 2, 3 more game days left of the regular season, and that means awards. I already did my awards. If you want to check out that video, I'll put a card in the top right corner. You just click it, you can check it out. The other important thing, other than awards at the end of a season, is all NBA selections. Essentially, the best 15 players that season is what it boils down to. Now, for me, the way I did my list this year was basically based on from um, most important to least important is, did you improve from last year? Is there a huge jump? Did you regress? Are you still an all NBA player? All NBA player, but maybe you're not first team, you're second team or third team. The second one was, what impact did you have on your team, in the sense of, did you take less shots but were more efficient? Did you rebound more? Did you have a better defensive year? Not so much that defense counts for all NBA, but I did take that into some consideration. And the last thing, sort of the least important thing to me, overall, but it's still important, is in the top three, is team record. I'm gonna award players that are on a good team, on a great team, with a spot. Some teams might have two people, some teams might have one person. It's all depending, and that's pretty much it. If you like what I have to say, like the video. If you have your own opinions, comment them down below. If you just like the vibes, consider subscribing. And let's get into it. I'm gonna try to keep this short, because I have everything up. I have all my research done. This is not off the dome. This is one of those pre-recorded, um, thought out videos that rarely happen because I usually go off the dome. But first, a matter of housekeeping. The NBA has instituted a 65 game rule. You must play 65 games of the regular season to be eligible for awards, to be eligible for All NBA, All Defensive Teams, etc., etc. There are some notable players that have not hit the 65 game mark and will not hit the 65 game mark this year. They follow Zion Williamson, Victor Wembanyama, Damian Lillard, Chet Holmgren, Ja Morant, Kawhi Leonard, Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, De'Aaron Fox, and Tyrese Maxey are some big names that are not eligible this year for All NBA or any awards. So, that being said, the housekeeping done, my rambling done, let's get into my actual teams. I'm going to give you guys some thoughts on um, why some of these guys are here. Some of them are pretty obvious. I don't want to get into too much detail, but we will get into a little bit of detail because it is the end of the season. This is an encapsulating view of the best 15 players. Um, you know, so the first team was very easy. Um, Also, for those who do not know, it can be any five players. Um, it doesn't have to be two guards, two forwards, and a center. You can do whatever you want. My list just so happened to shake out sort of more traditionally, but let's get into it. My first player, the obvious first player, um, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP frontrunner, just having a great year. His best year. Now I'm gonna say best year sometimes. I'm gonna say most complete year. When I say complete year, it usually means they're filling up the stat sheet in all categories. Best year usually means they're doing one thing really good. Shea having his best year as a pro, played 76 games, so well above the threshold, averaging 32 points, 1.5 steals, 5 assists, almost 5 rebounds. Let's see here. 3-point percentage. What is this? The second best of his career. And yeah, just having an overall great year. Obviously, again, the MVP front runner. And he takes the first spot on the All NBA first team. I think this was a no brainer. This first team is sort of full of no-brainers. There's only one that I'm very like iffy on, but the rest of them are very good. Um, Obviously, a lot of team success this year. Um, Personal success. He's probably gonna be the MVP. I've shifted back and forth between him and Nikola Jokic for MVP. I'm gonna give Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Oklahoma City Thunder guard, my MVP vote, and he's the first guy on the All NBA first team for me. The next guy, I have been so impressed with this year. Um, this will be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's third All NBA appearance for the record. Moving on. The next guy, I've been so highly impressed with this year, uh, especially after everything that happened to his team in the offseason, the weight that's been put on his shoulders, um, and just the way the off the court stuff is the off the court stuff, but we're here to talk about the NBA stuff. He's just been great this year. And the guy I'm talking about is Timberwolves guard Anthony Edwards. Um, my second spot on the All NBA first team. He's a three-time All Star. He made it last year All NBA, so this would be his second All NBA appearance. And yeah, he caught my eye very early in the season. And then I think I was watching a podcast or something that said he was shooting an insane clip from three. And when I was watching him, it didn't seem like he was shooting. He was shooting the ball better, but I wasn't like, oh my god, he's shooting at a phenomenal clip. He shot better than Steph Curry this year from 3-point range. He's shooting 39% from three, almost 40%. He brought it up four percentiles from last year, where he was shooting 35%. That's really good, and I think it's a reward for him to be an All Star, obviously, but to also be on All NBA. His highest scoring year as a pro. His steals are down a little bit, but they're still there. His second best rebounding year of his career. His assists are down, but that's understandable because he has a bit more on his plate. He needs to score more than assist more, which is commendable. Um, and 3-point percentage is, what's the 2-point percentage? His 2-point percentage is down a little bit. I think because he is falling in love with that three so much this year, but it's been working and you can't be too mad at it. And he played 77 games this year. Highest minutes played of his career in his fifth year as a pro. All NBA first team for Ant. I'm not sure if this is his first time All NBA first team, but this in my eyes this is his first. Let's move on to the third guy. The third guy, one of the reigning champs, the only reigning champ on my All NBA teams. Little sneak peek there. Jason Tatum, man, of the Boston Celtics. He um he took everything that happened last year and what happened in the Olympics and everything to heart. And as I was doing my research the last 3 days, really diving into this stuff, I looked at the numbers, and the numbers comparable to some other guys are around the same. They're around the same. The numbers don't jump off the sheet to you if you're looking at his box scores and his career numbers and everything. But if you watch the games, if you watch the way he's carrying himself this year, um, he deserves this spot on the All NBA first team. Let's see here. Not the best scoring year for him at 27 points. Sort of back down where he was in 2021, 2022. Um, three 3 points shy of his career high in points, which would be 30. His assists are up. That's the big deal to me. Is that he's facilitating more. He's more comfortable facilitating. Excuse me. And his steals are around his career average. His turnovers are up, but I will let it slide because his assists are up. Usually, when your assists make a jump, your turnovers are going to go up a little bit, especially since this is his first year averaging more than 5 assists. His free throw percentage is down, which is okay. His attempts are also down a little bit, so it makes sense. His 3-point percentage has dipped a little bit. A little bit. This is worst 3-point shooting year of his career. Pardon me. This is worst year shooting the three ball. But he's taken about 10. The whole team is taking more. That whole team is taking a lot of threes. So he's playing within the system, which is fine. See, this is the one where I was sort of like, should he be first team? Should he be second team? This is where the team record factored in. This is where you actually have to watch the games. The numbers don't jump out at you, but I I like where JT's at. He played 71 games this season in his 8th year. And what year is it? How many years has he been starting now? Oh, damn. He's been starting his whole career. I thought he at least came off the bench once. Okay. Okay. Anyways, moving on to the fourth spot on my All NBA team. Giannis Antetokounmpo, forward from the Milwaukee Bucks. Um, highly decorated guy already. Um, definitely deserving of a spot. Him and another guy I have on this list, I feel like are having very low key, very like subtle seasons that are really, really good. We'll dive into the numbers here very quickly. Um, points per game around his career average, above his career average, but the last couple years he's been around 30 points. He's guaranteed 30 points. Exact same average from last year. His turnovers are down a little bit. His steals are down. His blocks are up. His rebounding's around where you expect it, 11 plus rebounds per game. This is indeed his worst free throw shooting year. Giannis has never been a great free throw shooter, but this year it is especially horrendous. Watching him, you wouldn't think that, but the numbers do back it up. It's at 61% this year, the worst of his career. Um, and close to the around his career average in attempts too. So it's not like he's taking more and making less. He's around the same. Moving on to other percentiles, his 3-point is pretty bad this year. It's one of the worst of his career. Um, he's taking far less. He's taking far less than he has in previous years, and that's because his 2-point percentage is up. That's his mid-range shot. He's taken about 18, 18 a game, 18 mid-range shots a game. And he's making 62% of them, which is very good, which is very good for him, considering he was around 50 for a long time. He's jumped up to 64, 63, 61. He was down a couple years ago, and now he's back up to where he should be. I think it's a positive sign. And when watching these games, you saw his mid range game really develop. He really got into the flow of turning around, shaking, pulling the shot, pulling up in transition, taking a mid range. I think he's starting to figure out that there are times to take the 3-point shot and there are times to take the mid range shot. And I feel he's way more comfortable with the mid range shot these days. Um, overall field goal percentage, that's going to the basket and mid range, I think combined, um, almost a career high at 60, a flat 60%, which is very, very good. Last year was 61. Um, this year he has played 66 games, so he barely crossed the threshold to make an All NBA team, but he did. And um, let's see here, 34 minutes per game. So that was Giannis's year in total. The last guy here on my All NBA first team, who else but Nikola Jokic? Some turmoil with the Nuggets, but he has made the most of it this season. I think this is his highest scoring season. The last time I looked at it, yep, 29 points per game for Jokic. He's having the most steals of his career, the most assists of his career, um, second most rebounds of his career, and for the first time, he's going to average a triple double. That's 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, bare minimum. So he had a good year. The team, I could dock him for the team. I could dock him for the team being up and down, but I'm not. His 3-point percentage is the best of his career. He's having the most complete year, I think, percentage wise and numbers wise of his pro career in the NBA, I should say. Um, yeah, second. What is this, like the third best field goal percentage of his career? He played 68 games, most minutes of his career at 36. Just a complete year, and really, that's what this first team is about: is guys having a complete year. Like, this is their best year as a pro, and it's complete. Whether they've improved defensively, percentage wise, or just anything, I think that's what this first team is about. And when I look at this team, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic, all these guys have been in MVP talks or close to MVP talks all year. So, hats off to the first team. Let's get into the second team. All right. The second team. We're almost halfway through here. The first guy on my All NBA second team. He barely he has to cross the threshold. He's at 64 games right now. They have 2 more games left. He just needs to play one out of the the 65. One out of the next two. I'm talking about New York Knicks point guard Jalen Brunson. I uh I had a lot of thoughts coming into this if Jalen Brunson would be on this, and then diving into the numbers, looking at some of the other stuff, it was a yes. His points are down a little bit. That's because he has to share the court with Karl Anthony Towns that they acquired this offseason, so I'm not going to dock him for that. His turnovers are up, however. Um, his free throw percentage is down. It's back down to more of his career average. He was up last year from his amazing year last year. His 2-point percentage is up, a bit closer to his career average, and his 3-point has dipped, so that's why he is on the second team. It would have been very hard for him to beat out Ant, uh, um, Anthony Edwards, or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It would have been very hard. Um, Same amount of minutes last year at 35. His overall field goal is up though, closer to where he was his last year in Dallas. That was 2021, 2022. For a total of 64 games this year. Again, he needs to play one more game. I'm gonna reckon he just needs to literally check into a game and he's gonna get it. So I do have to dock him for some of these numbers. He couldn't be on first team, but I think he did deserve some love considering um, how good the Knicks season was when they weren't playing top teams. And yeah, and this would be his second All NBA selection. So good for him. Good for him. The next guy, this is the guy I was talking about when I was talking about Giannis, a guy who's having a very like low key, like under the radar season that I think deserves some love. Over and even over some other guys, we're gonna get into honorable mentions. There are a lot of guards that deserve honorable mentions, but this guy took the second spot on the All NBA second team. It's Clippers point guard James Harden, low key having one of his best seasons as I guess a role player, like not the guy, but the guy. Um, 22 points a game, a lot of turnovers, but he's working with what he's got to work with. He doesn't. Kawhi's just started coming along and getting into the flow of things, so I think his turnovers will go down in the playoffs. But he's having a very, very underrated year. His best year since his season in Brooklyn. That was 2021, 2022. His assists are back up, um, getting a edging a bit closer to 9 a game when he had when his career high is 10 and 11 a game. His rebounding is down. That's because he has a real big man in the paint, getting the boards. Not going to dock him for that. Field goal percentage right near his career high, right where you need him to be. His 2 point percentage is down. His 3 point percentage has been dipping slowly. This is probably one of his better years, but not his absolute best. Obviously, he was a former MVP, so comparing those years to now is kind of crazy. But here we are. Um, his field goals around his career average, and he's averaging the what is this? Okay, 35 minutes a game. He's played 77 games. Great year for James. Great year. I think he deserves a lot of um, praise coming off of was this 1, 2, 3, 4 years of not making an All NBA, not making an All Star game. I think this year really encapsulates what he's been trying to do in his last couple of stops, and he's finally been able to do it with the Clippers. He doesn't have to do too much. He doesn't do too little. We have to see what he does in the playoffs because he is a playoff choker. But this is All NBA and it's regular season stuff. So congrats to James Harden on appearing on a All NBA team again, at least in my eyes. The next guy, a guy who really, really deserves it. Took his team from down in the ditch, like James Harden did. If I could give you just very quickly, James Harden has the Clippers at the 5 seed right now, um, 48-32 on the season. Very good stuff. And the next guy I was talking about, was alluding to, was the young guard out of Detroit, Cade Cunningham. Um, has not made an All NBA team. This will be his first All NBA team. He has Detroit at 44-36, narrowly avoiding the play in. So, really good stuff for him. Let's look at this. This is what I call a complete season, a very, very complete season. All his numbers are up essentially. If we look into it, 26 points, career high. 1 steal a game, career high. 9 assists, career high. Rebound, maybe not. It's just shy of a career high in rebounds. Um, his 3 point percentage is down. He is taking a few more, so it sort of evens out. And so here, 2.51% um, career high. Very, very narrowly getting a career high in 3 point percentage. He's maybe a little bit off. And he's played 69 games, most minutes of his career at 35. And this year he was a first time All Star. And this year he will hopefully be first time All NBA selection. Cade Cunningham, man. What a great year for Cade. I was so high on the not coming into the season, but once they started getting going, I was like, they're not gonna let this get away from them. They've been down before. They can't let this get away from them. And I made a video about it. If you want to check out that video, I'll put a card in the top right corner. Check it out. Next guy. Um, People are gonna be mad, but I have my reasons. I'm gonna explain them. The only Cleveland Cavalier on this list, the best team in the NBA with the best record, Cleveland Cavaliers. The only guy I have on an All NBA team for them is Evan Mobley. He's the only guy. He's the only guy. He's the only guy. And that's a commendable thing because the team was so good that nobody really needed to have like an awesome crazy season. Like Donovan Mitchell didn't need to average 30. Darius Garland didn't need to average like 15 assists or something. Like it was a complete year for the team. So this is not a knock against the team. This is just the team was so good. It was a team effort. They really played like a team. So I'm gonna give it to Evan Mobley. I'm a big Evan Mobley fan. I was wondering for years, for literally like 4 years straight since he's been in the league, when is he gonna put it together? When is he gonna get it put it together? When is the three ball gonna drop? When is he gonna get close to 20 points? That was this year. 18 points a game, 1.5 blocks a game. I'd like him to get up to a steal and a half, but he's only averaging a steal right now. His rebounding is around his career high. Um, a little drop off from last year, but not too much. His free throw is up to 72. His 2 point percentage is the best of his career at 62. Um, his 3 point percentage is the same from last year, but he's taking two more a game from compared to last year where he was taking one. he's taking 3 a game, and he's making one. He didn't make any last year. He barely made any last year. So if he could even make 2 next year, taking the same amount, he's going to be up very, very big. Most games of his career, or second most games, pardon me, 70 games, um, 30 minutes a game. His field goal in general dropped off, but man, this was such a good year for Evan. I think he deserves second team. I understand if you guys want to put Donovan Mitchell or somebody else there, but I think Evan Mobley deserves it for sure. And the last guy for All NBA second team, one that I know people are going to find questionable, um, but I'm a big fan of this guy. Again, I said this at the top. A lot of these guys are having career years. This is a great time to be a fan. People's stocks are rising. Um, Young players are coming into this league. They're finding their own way. Um, I'm talking about Houston Rockets center Alperen Sengun, first time All Star this year. Um, I think he's just having an outstanding year, playing a bit of a different role, but very similar to what he did last year, just with less of a strain on him. He's only 22 years old. Um, 19 points this year, same amount of steals as last year, which was one. His assists are down maybe by like one, just like one, like 0.1 is what I'm saying. Um, his free throws around the same last year. His 2 point percentage is down, but he's taken slightly more attempts. His 3 point percentage, he's not a 3 point shooter yet. He'll work on that. And his field goal is a was this yeah, his third best field goal shooting year of his career at 49%. He's played 75 games, the most of his career. I think he deserves this spot. I could see you switching in for Karl-Anthony Towns. I would not be mad at that at all. I seriously wouldn't be mad at that. But for me personally, this is my list. This is my video. Alperen Sengun. And we will blast through these last couple here. This is all NBA third team. This is where it gets a little dicey. But you'll see. You'll see. The first guy on All NBA third team for me, and this is another guy where I thought, oh man, he might not be able to make it. He's had a rough year. He started off really hot and sort of trailed off. But looking into the numbers, looking how him and his teammate turned the season around, it's Stephen Curry, point guard for the Golden State Warriors. Um, Obviously, all the accolades. There's no need to mention all of them right here. Um, but I was very like, oh, maybe he's not gonna make it. And then you look at some other guys' numbers that could make it over him. Um, Donovan Mitchell, Booker, Trey Young, um, guys like that. They're all around the same vicinity, like 24 points, 23 points. Some of their teams have worse records. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell has a way better record than Steph Curry's Golden State Warriors. But this is really just favoritism. I'll come out and say it. You could put any of those guys here. You could put Booker. You could put Trey Young. You could put Mitchell in this spot. But personally, I think Steph Curry deserves it. Another guy who I was a bit questionable on. This will be what Steph Curry's. This would be his 11th All NBA selection. The next guy, I was also a bit iffy on, but we I made it an executive decision just to put him here. I am talking about Thunder forward slash guard Jalen Williams. I think I think this is one of the next to Alperen Sengun. This is one of the most questionable ones, but he is having a career year, one of his best years. 21 points a game, most assists of his career, 5 assists a game, most rebounds of his career. Um, his 2 point percentage is down. His 3 point percentage is down a little bit, respectively 36% from three and 53% from two. Both are down by 6 to 5% each, which is not great. But this is the most minutes he's played. This is a career low in games. He started all of them though. This is his second full year as a starter. He was a All-Star this year, so I feel like I had to give him the nod. But I could also see people want to put Tyrese Halliburton of the Pacers on here in Jalen Williams' place or Steph Curry's place even. But those are the two that, especially Jalen Williams, is a little bit iffy for me. But he's on one of the better teams in the league. He's on the no, he is on the best team in the league. Pardon me. I don't know why I thought another team was ahead of them. Best team in the West. So yeah, damn. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, I'm looking at the standings. Sorry, caught my eye for a second. Next guy needs no introduction, needs no superlatives, needs no anything. It's Lakers forward LeBron James making his. What is this going to be? I'm trying to find it here. Uh, his 21st All NBA selection. Um, yeah, he's. This is the year that like you could really see time catching up to LeBron, but it he really adjusted his game, and the addition of Luka obviously midway through the season really helped. Sort of almost a career low in games. Um, he hasn't played a lot as a Laker, all things considered. He's played 55 since he's gotten there. He's played 55, 67, 45, 50, 56, 55, 71, and 69. So he hasn't been the healthiest as a Laker, but at 40 years old, 21 points, a steal a game, 8 assists a game, almost 8 rebounds a game, 57% from 2 point range, 37% from three, around where he should be, and 51% from field goal overall. And he's playing 35 minutes at 40 years old. Still playing 35 minutes the last 3 years. So um, no matter how many games he's played, he's still clocking a lot of minutes when he is on the floor. So this will be his 21st selection. We're getting towards the end here. Let's power through. The next guy I think deserves some love. First year in New York, the big center in the middle, made a difference in a lot of games. I went to one of the games. He was spectacular. Um, I'm talking about Karl-Anthony Towns, the big man for the New York Knicks. Um, let's see. What do we got? He's got 24 points. His turnover is always questionable, but one steal that's a career high for him, matching his career high from 2021-2022 in steals. Career This is a career high in rebounding. Yes, it is. It's a career high in rebounding, 12.8 rebounds per game, 3 assists per game. Let's see. 56% from two, 42% from three, almost a career high, a point one away, literally. That's crazy. Um, and his field goal is close to a career high. So he's having a pretty decent year. I think he deserves an All NBA third team selection. He is here. I could see you want to put somebody else here, but I like Cat being in this spot. And the last guy we have on the list, I wanted to put one of my favorites on the third team, um, which was Clippers center Ivica Zubac. And then when you start doing the research, Zoo did have a career year by his standards, but this guy, another center forward, Had a very, very good year as well. He's really grown on me the last couple years. I'm talking about forward slash center for the Memphis Grizzlies, Jaren Jackson Jr., Triple J. Just a monster year for him. Uh, Second All Star selection, obviously during the All Star break. 22 points a game, one steal, a block and a half a game, rebounds. What is this? Oh, yeah, second. Yeah, close to a career high. Close to a career high. And rebounds at five and like a quarter, 5.5. Put around there. His free throw percentage is down. He is taking less, but he's having the second best 2 point percentage year of his career. Right, the second best, the third best. Pardon me, third best. Nothing to what do you call it? I don't know. And he's shooting a career high from three at 37%, and that's what really did it for me. Obviously, the attempts he's been taking about five since like was this 2020? Yeah, about five attempts of 3 point shots from since 2020, and he's been this is his best year so far. And let's see here, his field goals up near his career high as well, and his minutes are down, and his games are up. This is the second most games of his career. So Jaren Jackson Jr. third team. To run through it really quick one more time. Your first team is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic. First team, all deserving. Unquestionably, the first team. I think in a lot of people's eyes. Second team, Jalen Brunson, James Harden, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Alperen Sengun. The only one I'm really iffy on is like Sengun, and I wouldn't be mad if you just put him on third team and you have Cat on the second team. But I like that team a lot. And then the third team was pretty hard for me, but we figured it out. Stephen Curry, Jalen Williams, LeBron James, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Jaren Jackson Jr. is your third team. And those are all the teams, all NBA teams for, let's see, 2024-2025 NBA season. And yeah, I feel like I always jinx myself when I say, I'm going to keep this short. And then it's almost a 40-minute video. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you listened this much, if you got all the way through the video, like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Cheers.